Hello, old friends. Would you believe that something as simple as doing a video for your friends can take about 3 takes to do? Because when you go and review the videos, you see things in there that you don't like and decide that you've got to do something about. First time through, it was me jiggling on my chair, and the back of the chair was vibrating like so I was on some sort of in some sort of device or on an earthquake, or maybe a ship that was about to crash or something like that. So I thought, yeah, okay, we're going to have to redo that at some stage. The second time through, I realized that I'd been wearing my headphones for the entire video, and because I had actually covered up the screen with the notes that I was going to be using to talk to you guys about, I hadn't actually noticed that I had just these huge headphones on my ears for the entire freaking video. The other thing I've done on the last 2 videos is that they've both run a bit too long because I rambled on too much. So I'm going to see if I can avoid doing that this time around. That's not what I'm going to do straight up. Here we go. Adjust that chair. We're good. Okay, let's get into it. Now things look really blurry. Doesn't matter. My face is ugly enough. You guys don't need to see a nice clear picture of me anyway. Best if it looks like this. Okay, so why am I doing a video? I want to do something a bit different when I talk to you guys. I want to actually do something... it's outside of my comfort zone, outside of the normal means of communication I normally use. I could write an email, but I think it's better. No, it's not better. I just want to do something different. Also, I have a vague idea that sometime in the future I might try and start a YouTube channel. If I do start a YouTube channel, I am not going to be inflicting people with this ugly mug right here. What I'm going to be doing is basically seeing if I get some sort of animation going or something else happening. And what will the YouTube channel be about? Probably about Traveller, and in particular, the impact of Traveller technology, how things would work. Like I've always thought about these things, like jump drive. How does that work? If you have a jump drive, how do you actually go from one planet to another? Take into account the fact that planets are constantly moving and stuff like that. And you read through the descriptions, and you can see that even in the descriptions inside the books, there are things that they have not really thought through. And when you start thinking these things through, of course, it starts becoming a really weird and wonderful place. I'll cover that off sometime in the future. But, like when you do these things, you've got to stick with what you know. What do I know? I know Traveller. That's all I do know. So I'll talk about that. And, I will join the very, very small portion of people who actually do have chat about Traveller. And, I don't expect to make any money or anything like that. It's just I'm going to do it because it's something I want to do. Alright, so what about today? What am I doing today? Today I'm going to be talking about 3 things. 1, I'm going to give you an update of what I'm up to. 2, I'm going to give you an update of what's happening with my family. And 3, I'm going to give you an update of what's going to be happening in the future. So 1, what am I up to? I'm working, okay? I go to work, I come home from work, I talk to people at work. I find most of the people I talk to at work boring. Those people that I share some common interest with, well, that's great. We talk. But most of the people at work, they seem to be interested in other things. I'm not interested in talking about food. Oh my God, please don't talk about food. I'm so bored with people who talk about food. Or how about sport? Yeah, great. I'm not into sport, but if you're into sport, well done you. Just don't talk to me about it because I'm just not interested. And you hear these conversations taking place in the background. They're talking about this sports team, that sports team, or whatever else. And I'm thinking, yeah, all right, I'll just get on with my work and I'll just shut up and do stuff here. Yeah, so there was one work environment that I really enjoyed in the past, and that was a work environment where we're all freaking nerds. We all loved fantasy, we all loved science fiction, we all loved the same sort of stuff, and we'd be able to talk about that, and we could bring up these pop culture meme references and stuff like that, and we all know what was going on, and we loved it. But no, that's not my current workplace. So yeah, I go there, I earn money, and I come home. What else have I been doing? Well, I've been watching lots of YouTube, Netflix, and Amazon Prime. That's my main source of entertainment. YouTube's really easy. There's lots of content on YouTube in areas that I'm interested in because I love Star Wars. There's so much Star Wars content out there. But if you like stuff about engineering, history, whatever else, I'm watching videos about World War II, about Roman Empire, and anything else which takes my interest at the time. So it's kind of fascinating how much time you can actually sink into just basically watching YouTube videos. Also, I've been doing a bit of role playing. I've got my regular Thursday night group that I join in with as a player. I've got my Friday night group that plays occasionally, every 2-3 weeks, where I'm a GM and we're playing Fantasy Flight game Star Wars, which is kind of fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm hoping they're enjoying it too. And then I've got the northern group. Up the north, I call them the northern group because I have to travel up north to the north of the state to actually join these guys, where we play face to face. The other two groups are currently playing online, and the face to face group is up north. Because of things that have been going on in life, we've not had the opportunity to get together as often as we do. So I think we've only got together about 3 times last year. So I'm looking forward to seeing if we can get together a few more times over and above that. But yeah, that's that. The other thing I'm doing, of course, is playing video games. I love playing video games. There's been a period recently where I have not played as many video games, but recently I've just kind of like started picking up on 3 in particular, and I tend to squirrel myself away down in my man cave down here. Here it is. Don't ask me why it's painted lilac. It has to do with the fact that it's leftover paint and all that sort of stuff. But I'm under the house in the basement, being a real basement dweller, and getting on with, having fun in my life the way I like to have fun. So yeah, to all you who think I'm doing the wrong thing. Yeah, and what else have I been doing? Well, I've been considering what else I'm going to be doing with my life. Yeah, we all do that, don't we? I enjoyed thinking about what I'm going to do over the next 10 years, because I think in the next 10 years I'm going to be approaching retirement. After that, I'm going to have a lot of free time. In between that time, I've got to fill it in with a lot of work. What's going to be happening in that working time? Yeah, just little things like that. But what else am I going to be doing with my life in terms of how I have fun? Do I want to continue role playing? Well, yeah, of course I do. What computer games do I want to get involved in? Yeah, well, hopefully there'll be some good ones coming out. What am I going to do in terms of renovating the house and stuff like that? What money am I going to spend? Yeah, on it goes. One decision I've made is I'm going to make more of these sort of videos. So you guys, you choose whether you want to go watch them or not. It's I don't mind. Okay, so part 2, what's happening with my family? Because, I'm sending this to all my friends. My friends want to know what's happening with my family, so I'll just work my way through. I'm going to keep it in vague in general terms as well, because I don't know where this video will end up. I know I'm going to be posting this as a private video on YouTube, but that doesn't necessarily mean somebody's not going to do something nefarious. And I'm not saying that you guys would. What I'm saying is, YouTube could do something weird and end up posting it somewhere or something like that where I didn't want it posted. Once you get your something online, you have no control over it. I think that's something you gotta accept. So all those young kiddies are posting naked pictures of themselves all over the place. Yeah, you're going to pay a price for that. And a lot of you realize that now. And nothing's private on the net. Just realize that. Not much that's private in real life either. But that's just the way it is. Okay, so yes, more of this. So what's happening in real life, what's happening with my family, which is where I was going with this before I got distracted. Yeah, this is why these videos keep going long, because I keep starting to ramble on about all kinds of shit. Let's see. I'm going to be careful. I'm not going to say any names or anything like that, and I'm going to be very vague in the detail. And if you want to know more, you can message me personally, and I'm more than happy to talk to you via email, or in a phone conversation, on a team conversation, or whatever else. If you want to talk to me that way. If you want more specific details, but in general, my wife, who's recently suffered a back injury, that's getting better. She's improving. It's a slow improvement, but it's getting there. I went shopping with her over the weekend to help her get the groceries. This is the first time she's been shopping in a while, so that's the level of progress made. Whereas before she used to do all the shopping herself. She's back to a point where she can do some shopping with help. Watching her bend down and try and get stuff is a bit of a scary experience. I do get worried about that she might re-injure herself and stuff like that, and I really don't want her to do that, because she's, she had such trouble with it the first time through. I just don't want her to go through that again. So yeah, so there's that. Now let's go on to my eldest son. In general terms, he's finished his university for the year. Still yet to get his results. He hasn't told me how that's gone. And he's settling in for the summer to play video games and enjoy himself that way. Yeah, I can't really blame him for that. He's my son. That's what I do. That's what he does. My youngest son, pretty much the same story, except he's also found himself a casual job, which he's pretty proud of. So he earns a bit of money, and I think that's a good thing because like that's the start of his journey into independence. Earning your own money means that you can actually start doing stuff for yourself rather than waiting for somebody to do something for you. So yeah, that's the way it is. Just quickly mention my sister. The severe health problems that she has continues. Where there are going to be some medical appointments coming up in the near future, and then there are some decisions that need to be made next year, and I'm not going to go into too much more detail about that because, as I said, I don't know where this is going to happen in the forum, but I'm going to be supporting her during that time, so that's going to be interesting. Yeah, I think that's the wrong word, but it's going to be something that happens. Okay, so final part, let's talk about the future. Okay, so what am I going to be doing in the future? Let's see. More of these videos. And why do I want to do more of these videos? Because I want to practice talking. And I also want to practice doing videos. And I want to do something different. And this is different. For me, this is different enough. So this is what I'm going to do. More reading. Yes. I don't read enough lately. I'm doing a lot of stuff reading on YouTube, but that's just basically not YouTube. Sorry, I did it again. Reading on the internet. My favorite site is Atomic Rockets. And Atomic Rockets comes with a bunch of classic science fiction books that you can read. I'm thinking about picking up some of these books. I don't have time to actually sit down and actually physically read a book, so I try and use Audible where I can. Plus, reading, as my eyes have become worse over time, it's a bit of a hard time to actually read. I do get eye strain a lot quicker these days when I'm reading, which detracts from the enjoyment of reading. Audible is good for that because it does actually help me catch up with some stories and stuff like that. But I think I need to find more time to actually listen to these stories or read these stories. And I'm hoping to be able to do that. Finally, there's of course the inevitable fixing of the house because the house needs fixing all the bloody time, and that's going to be taking up a lot of my effort and money in the near future. So there's that. Okay, so hopefully this video is a little bit shorter than what I was doing before. I'm not doing some of the things I noticed in the first few videos. I'm getting to the point now after doing this for a third time that, if it's no good, I don't care. You guys can just get it raw, unfiltered, and how it is. In the future, I might try and pick up how to do a bit of video editing and try and cut these videos a little bit better. But I think for this first time through, you're just going to get the raw, unfiltered, uncut version of my attempt at doing a video. So there you go. How often am I going to do this? That schedule is yet to be decided, but I've got vague ideas of maybe trying to catch up with you guys in this format, maybe once a week or so. So let's see how that goes. So yeah, until next time.